on Agric economy, a program where we bring to you discussions and headways to economic realities when it comes to agriculture. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. On this week's episode of the program, we'll be taking a look at the focus on commodity promotion. When I mean commodity this time, I mean both solid minerals and of course agricultural produce. And to discuss that with us in his office this week is our in-house economist, who is in person of Mr. Gabriel Dakulo. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, this week we're going to be focusing on commodity promotion. We know that yes, Nigeria is blessed with different mineral resources, different agricultural produce, from the cash crop to different blessed agricultural produce. But then how are these things being able to be promoted? How is it getting the desired attention, limelight that is going to drive in economic growth for the nation?
Actually, commodity promotion has come a long way in Nigeria. If you look at the laws establishing the Agric Commodity Promotion Board in the 80s and 70s, you see that a lot of effort has been put in place to ensure that commodities are being marketed effectively, to be able to make sure that there is a shared prosperity for both the farmers and the country as a whole. Also, looking at moving to the new era where we now have commodity exchanges in the world, around the world, which Nigeria is not also out of it. The commodity exchanges we have now have been able to project agricultural commodities, agri-produce, and as well as solid minerals into the world, and also has effectively educated the smallholder farmers and the commercial farmers on the going rate and going prices of agri-produce all around the world. And this has also helped to create partnerships and strategic alignments between even the Agric exchange in Nigeria and other African countries, so that there will be synergy for mutual benefit. So looking at how far we have gone from the Agric Produce Board, and even presently the agency, I think Nigeria Export Promotion Council, that was established by the government, is also to protect the interest of smallholder farmers when it comes to commodities, both locally and internationally. So over time, there has been effort by government to ensure that commodities, agri-produce are effectively marketed for both local and international use. And so far, with the coming on board of the exchange, the commodity exchange a few years ago, it has really bolstered that opportunity and marketing activities.
Okay, you said so much. We know that without this promotion, like you said, it's like a connection between countries, and
yes.
It has given Agric a face lift as a means of partnership between let me say developing countries and of course the developed ones. There's still so many complaints, so to say, because in areas of this partnership, some farmers feel that Nigeria go into this partnership and then come home with less, as against what the value, let me use that, the value that is supposed to be for this produce. Say for example, now not the agricultural produce, the natural for the mining sector, so to say. You see that they'll tell you that they've been able to take some kind of raw material, and then the exchange for it is not commensurate to what has been taken away.
Actually, when we also talk about this agri-produce, both agricultural produce and solid minerals, we also have to look at the processes and the processing and the capacity of the smallholder farmers, the commercial farmers, and the miners as well. You will discover that some of these products, if we want to generalize, needs to go through various processes of sorting, processes of purification and the rest, for it to be top grade, for it to be able to compete favorably with what international standards accept. So we see that in some situations, some of these products have not measured up, maybe due to capacity building issues or due to processing challenges, have not really measured up to international standard. And those that are having arrangement for purchase, arrangement for marketing, will have to come a little bit lower to be able to get it to the markets that they expect. And with the excuse from the buyers that they will still have to improve on it. So that is one of the challenges. The second aspect of the challenges is the technical knowledge of the international market, which is also very important. As a commodity marketer, or as a smallholder farmer that wants to play in the international sector, you also need to have knowledge of what obtains or what applies, and how you have to bring your produce to a certain standard so that it can compete favorably and it will not be priced lower than what is obtainable in the international market. So we need to build capacity for our farmers and our miners and those that are involved in commodity produce to be able to know what is obtainable out there. When they know that, they go to work and ensure that they produce their commodities to that standard. It's just, for example, I've mentioned this before, that we used to have cocoa board in the 70s and the 80s, and the cocoa board looks out for cocoa producers, both the smallholders and the commercial producers, and they give them tips, give them improved seedlings. They ensure that they are up to standard with what is expected in the international market. So when these things happen and they are up to standard with the international market, they will be able to compete favorably in the international market. But if we are still having low quality production that is not measuring up, we give room for it to be underpriced. And that, I see, could be one of the challenges why some of these commodities are not priced in line with international rates and prices.
Okay, thank you for that. Looking at still on this promotion, what is the advantage to a nation?
Now, it's very, very important. You will discover that when we are making agricultural statistics, we say, oh, Nigeria is the largest producer in so and so products. Nigeria is the largest or second highest producer in so and so product. The most important advantage is it gives us the position where we are. It tells the world our capacity and what we can do. When you are a commodity marketer, or you are a smallholder farmer, and you know that your country is the largest producer in a certain product, agri product, or even solid minerals, you want to put so much attention to it, because you know that the world is going to seek you out, because they know that the country is the largest producer in such agri products. So you will want to work very hard to it. So it exposes the country's prowess in the agricultural sector. It exposes also the country's capacity to be able to meet up with world demands. It also exposes the country's preparation in looking for new ideas and new ways and means of improving that a particular agri product to make it to be world standard. So it also showcases the country as a country that is rich in those particular agri products or solid minerals. So above all, it also increases the balance of trade between Nigeria and the countries that purchases these products from us, and as well as increase and boost our GDP as well.
So what advantage is this to the farmers?
To the farmers, they will continue to be in business. To the farmers, it's going to increase wealth. To the farmers, it's going to make them to even be able to have collaborations with international partners and farmers in other countries as well. and to be able to tap into their own techniques as well to be able to improve what they have on ground. So for the farmers, it's an all-round benefit if we are able to key into it and ensure that is we do what we are expected to do accordingly.
Okay, looking at Nigerian Promotion Council, can you rate that they are doing enough, and what areas you think can be improved upon?
The Nigeria Export Promotion Council, for example, have over the years tried to ensure that smallholder farmers, commodity producers, both in agric and solid minerals, are exposed to expected world standards through seminars, through provision of technical services and assistance to both farmers and miners as well. And we have discovered that they have also tried as much as possible to liaise with foreign Nigeria's embassies in foreign countries as regards representation of Nigerian produce and commodity exchange. And so far, they have been the face of ensuring that Nigerian products that are exported, commodities that are exported, are not shortchanged on the long run. Although there are still so many that needs to be done, so many things that needs to be done in the area of technical assistance. When I say technical assistance, I mean apart from capacity building, there are some certain equipment that are supposed to enhance the quality of our commodities that we are going to use for export. So the Export Promotion Council needs to also liaise with countries that have this problem. Sometimes when you go on the net, you see some farm implements that look very simple that are produced in China, and if you use them, some of them, although they are automatic, but an individual can use them to achieve a lot. They are all out there. So the Nigeria Export Promotion Council needs to also delve more into these areas of ensuring that equipments that are fit to use in the Nigerian ecosystem are being approached or are being marketed to our farmers, looking at our peculiarities, so that the output will be of world standard and quality for both local use and international export. So that area, I think that Nigeria, through the Nigeria Export Promotion, and also needs to look at those areas with a view of even bringing those manufacturers of these products, whether in China or Germany or elsewhere, with our smallholder farmers and commercial farmers and miners as well, so that there could be constant interactions, so that these products can be exported to Nigeria and the machines will be exported to Nigeria to improve the production of our commodities and packaging as well.
Okay, yes, on that note, to quickly take a break. On return, Agric Economy continues. Stay tuned. commodity is a basic good used in commerce that is interchangeably with other goods of the same type. Commodities are most often used as inputs in the production of other goods or services. Thus, the term usually refers to a raw material used to manufacture finished goods. The quality of a given commodity may differ slightly, but it is essentially uniform across producers. When they are traded on an exchange, commodities also meet specified minimum standards, also known as basis grade. Commodities are the raw inputs used in the production of goods. They may also be basic staples such as certain agricultural produce. The important feature of a commodity is that there is very little differentiation in that good, regardless of who produces it. A barrel of oil is basically the same product, regardless of the producer. The same goes for a bushel of wheat or a ton of ore. By contrast, the quality and features of a given consumer product will often be quite different depending on the producer. Some traditional examples of commodities include grains, gold, beef, oil, and natural gas. More recently, the definition has expanded to include financial products such as foreign currencies and indexes. Specialized exchanges as financial assets. There are also well developed derivatives markets whereby you can buy contracts on such commodities, e.g., forwards, futures, and options. Some experts believe that investors should hold at least some portion of a well diversified portfolio in commodities since they are not highly correlated with other financial assets and may serve as an inflation hedge. The sale and purchase of commodities are usually carried out through futures contracts on exchange and standardize the quality and minimum quality of the commodity being traded. For example, the Chicago Board of Trade stipulates that one wheat contract is for 5,000 bushel and states what grades of wheat can be used to satisfy the contract. Two types of traders trade commodity futures. The first are buyers and producers of commodity that use commodity futures contracts for the hedging purposes for which they are originally intended. These traders make or take delivery of the actual commodity when the future contract expires. The second type of commodity trader is a speculator. These are traders who trade in the commodity market for the sole purpose of profiting from the volatile price movement. These traders never intend to make or take delivery of the actual commodity when the future contract expires. Many future markets are very liquid and have a high degree of daily range and volatility, making them very tempting markets for intraday traders. Many index futures are used for brokerages and portfolio managers to offset risk. Also, since commodities do not physically trade in tandem with equity and bond markets, some commodities can be used effectively to diversify an investment portfolio. And on special consideration on commodity prices, it is typically risen when inflation accelerates, which is why investors often flock to them for their protection during times of increasing inflation, particularly when it is unexpected. So commodity demand increases because investors flock to them, raising their prices. The prices of goods and services then go up to match the increase. This causes commodity to often serve as a hedge against a currency decrease buying power when the inflation rate increases. And when you talk about the commodity and derivative, the modern commodity market relies heavily on derivative securities such as future and forward contracts. Buyers and sellers can transact with one another easily and in large volumes without needing to exchange the physical commodity themselves. Many buyers and sellers of commodity derivatives do so to speculate on the price movement of the underlying commodities of purpose such as risk hedging and inflation. The different types of commodities are the hard commodities, which are usually classified as those that are mined or extracted from the earth. These include metals, ore, and petroleum products. Soft commodities instead refer to those that are grown, such as agricultural produce, which is our focus for this week. These include wheat, cotton, coffee, sugar, soybeans, and other harvested items. The major commodity market is the US Commodity Exchange, ICE Futures, US, and the CME Group, which operate four major exchanges: the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the New York Mercantile Exchange as well, and the Commodity Exchange Incorporated. These are also major
exchange platform. Commodities are basic goods and materials that are widely used and are not meaningfully differentiated from one another. And examples of these commodities also include barrels of oil, agricultural products, bushels of wheat, amongst others.
Welcome back to the program Agric Economy on ARSN Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and I have been your host, Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. The discussion has been on commodity promotion, the benefits, the effects, and of course, what can be done in improving it, especially when it comes to our own Nigerian Export Promotion Council. And our guest has been discussing with us extensively on what can be done. So, you talked about the area of acquiring equipment, and we know that Nigerian farmers, just very little of them can, buy these equipment because of the high cost. Can these products in exchange get some of these machines for the local small holder farmers?
Okay, based on your question, to me, that is where I feel that the Nigerian Export Promotion Council with the Ministry of Agric, Solid Minerals and Federal Government comes in. We know some of these products, this equipment are to enhance the effectiveness of the smallholder farmers as regards the product quality and how to improve on packaging. So I think the government should go in as a liaison or as a guarantor for some of these products to be imported into the country, looking at the balance of trade and means of exchange. I do not believe most of the manufacturers of this product will want to agree to a barter system where the product will be used to purchase the item. But if the federal government can stand as guarantor, a trade agreement can be reached between the government and the manufacturers of these products, as well as the farmers that will need it or the miners that will need it. And the terms of payment, supply, and other details can be worked out. There is no serious manufacturer all around the world that will know that there is an active involvement of the government of the country in a particular transaction that will not want to be flexible enough to be able to give favorable payment terms. So, if the government, through the NEPC and the various ministries of Agric and Solid Mineral, can ensure that the federal government engages some of these highly sought after equipment that can improve the processing of our commodities, that can improve the branding of our commodities, our solid minerals, then it will go a long way to ensure that we are able to get to where we want to on time.
Okay, so before we round off, let's get your word for farmers. As regards promotion, yes, we know that it's usually very, it's like a long wait.
Yes.
Let me use that word. When you begin to wait for federal government to, come up with these areas of making sure that commodity promotion is top notch and the rest of it. And then the government will always tell you that what they have created is an enabling environment for everything to thrive. So, what's your word for farmers in getting a hold of this promotion for the
Actually, I believe that farmers should sit up. Farmers should not, they should go all out for collaborations with foreign partners, go all out to ensure that they can compete favorably with their other farmers in other countries, both in Africa and in other climes as well. So I don't want Nigerian farmers, both the smallholder farmers and the commercial farmers, to be limited by the challenges that we face locally, looking at the opportunities that are all out there, because we know that the world is a global village. So the farmers should improve their capacity, the farmers should network more, the farmers should go all out to ensure that even before help from government comes, they have at least to a certain extent helped themselves to attain what a desirable goal that they are running after.
All right, thank you very much for coming on the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
With the call on farmers to go all out in ensuring that they have international collaborators and of course improve in the packaging and all other aspects, it is hoped that farmers will take the bull by the horn and work with this advice that our guest has given on the program on this week on Agric economy. I remain your host, Khadija Oluwatoyin. I've been saying bye.